Tonight on CTV News, a gunman opened fire at a community college in Oregon this morning, leaving more than a dozen people dead. Plus, we have a look at the unique job of a smoke jumper and the dangers they face.
And we got close with some friendly reptiles. All this plus weather, sports, and entertainment on CTV News.
Good evening, I'm Karen Buschjost.
And I'm Grace Reeder. Thanks for tuning in to CTV News.
13 people were killed and more than 20 were injured Thursday morning at a community college in Oregon. According to Oregon Governor Gabe Pocrass, the gunman was a 20-year-old male. The male who opened fire at the Umpqua Community College was killed, according to Douglas County Sheriff John Hanlon. The New York Times has reported that there have been more than 40 school shootings in 2015 alone. President Obama spoke about the shooting Thursday afternoon and expressed his feelings for more common-sense gun restrictions.
CSU Health Physics graduate students will discuss their 2014 trip to Fukushima on Friday, October 2nd. The discussion will center around the graduate students' radiation research in Japan, as well as their cultural experience abroad. The Daiichi nuclear power plant in Japan experienced a meltdown after the 2011 earthquake and tsunami. According to a New York Times report, studies have shown that no one has died or been sickened by the Fukushima radiation. During their talk, the CSU students hope to clear up misperceptions about the incident. The discussion will take place in the Molecular and Radiological Biosciences Building, room 312.
California's wildfires that have been burning through thousands of acres of forests are finally being contained, much to the credit of firefighters and hotshots working countless hours to control the burns. But you can also thank a few other firefighters whose work goes largely unnoticed. It's one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, combining skydiving and firefighting into one. Smoke jumping, a high adrenaline task that most have not even heard about.
We're looking at the smoke, the terrain, and of course we're looking for a good jump spot.
Jeffrey Butler was a former smoke jumper based in Redding, California.
Smoke jumpers are firefighters who are delivered by parachute into what was historically remote or difficult to reach from ground areas.
There are less than 500 current smoke jumpers in the whole U.S., whose job requires them to be the first line of defense in preventing forest wildfires.
Jumpers come out first from 1,500 feet AGL above ground level, and then when I was jumping, cargo was dropped at about 200 feet AGL.
After the smoke jumpers have landed, they'll head to an area surrounding the wildfire where they'll clear out dead trees, dead brush such as this, and other things that could make the fire easily spreadable.
You're trying to take away the fuel from the fire so it doesn't have anything to burn anymore, and that's where we come in with hand tools and chainsaws.
Justin Whitesell was also a former smoke jumper stationed in McCall, Idaho, but all jumpers have to be ready to fly to any fire across the country at any time.
We may say, hey, we need 5 people to go to Oregon, so the top 5 people would go to Oregon. And they could be gone the whole summer, they could be back in 2 weeks, they could be back in a week. So you just really never knew where you were going, what you were doing. You kind of lived out of a bag.
Smoke jumpers must be prompt and prepared, as they could spend up to 48 hours in the wilderness fighting the fire. It's a tough, taxing job, and the average length of a career is only a few years. But Justin Whitesell says he'd do it again.
Smoke jumping was way easier on the legs, so it was a lot more fun to parachute in, and I actually had a lot more energy. Didn't have to hike in with 20 people, could parachute in and fight the fire.
Now, smoke jumping is usually a seasonal summertime job, but with the increased presence of wildfires in the West, it's become an around-the-year fight to control forest burning.
You may have seen someone walking around Fort Collins with a snake on their shoulders. I sure have. I had the opportunity to meet the family behind the Northern Colorado Herpetological Society and the man who carries his snake, Rajan, around CSU. The Colorado Herpetological Society is dedicated to the conservation and appreciation of reptiles and amphibians. Northern Colorado has its very own herpetological society right here in Fort Collins.
So we hooked up with the Colorado Herpetological Society. We started going to meetings down in Denver, and we became members down there because it was such a far trip down there, and Fort Collins was such an open area with CSU and all the stuff going on. We talked to them down there, and the herpetological societies have been around for well over 100 years. They're well established, and we thought, was there a conflict if we started one up here? And he said that they were all over it.
The Northern Colorado Herpetological Society rescues and cares for many animals with the help of the CSU veterinary program.
They're our exclusive veterinary source. CSU is their exotics department, is like #1 in the nation.
This society started with 2 pet snakes, then the team adopted endangered Rajan, which turned into, give or take, 25 species under one roof.
I saw Rajan and a bunch of other animals at my first expo, and when I saw Rajan, he took my breath away. I mean, he's absolutely beautiful, huge, 10 foot of snake, and this tiny little lady was holding him like around her shoulder, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. And I figured, well, if she can do it, I can do it.
I'm here with Rajan, an Indian rock python. Rajan means king in Hindi. The Northern Colorado Herpetological Society hopes to open an amphibian and reptile education center / animal sanctuary.
It would be a huge educational center. I guess the closest thing to it would be the Prehistoric Pets in California has a reptile zoo. I want to throw a twist onto that. So it'd be more of an educational center. They're huge breeders, and we don't want to be into the breeding thing. We want to be into the educational aspect of it.
The Society has many available reptiles for adoption, and you can find them through their Facebook page by looking up Northern Colorado Herpetological Society.
Sierra Cymes has the latest Fort Collins weather coming up next.
Stay tuned.
Oh, hey there, Rams. Today is a great day to play in the LSC. So let's take a look at our ballrooms, theater, and art galleries. The LSC ballrooms, which are the busiest venue in Northern Colorado, have been recently renovated. The Laurie Student Center Theater can be transformed to feature films, concerts, lectures, entertainment, and banquets. And last but not least, the Kerfman Gallery provides a showcase for the creations of local and student artists.
Up here, there's something that makes the remarkable an inspirational thing.
Taking our work with this out of the lab and putting it into these all over the world.
Chasing tornadoes from the shadow of the Rockies.
A special sensitivity that revolutionized an industry.
All of this in a great Colorado town. It's an exciting place to live and learn!
Colorado State University. Inspiration happens on higher ground.
Welcome back from the break. I'm weather anchor Sierra Cymes. Currently outside it is 73 degrees. Here in Fort Collins, we're looking at some heavy cloud cover into tonight and some scattered showers across the state. For tonight's lows, we've got 50s along the eastern plains with 48 in Burlington. Through the I-25 corridor, we'll continue to feel those 50s with 55 in Denver and 53 in Fort Collins. Along the eastern plains, we've got some 40s and 50s, 42 in Craig, 44 in Vail, 57 in Grand Junction, and 46 in Telluride. A chilly 38 in Gunnison. Here in Fort Collins, that low of 53 is actually not going to warm up that much because for tomorrow's wake up, 55 at 8 a.m. At noon and into your evening commute, we're going to not warm up too much, 65 and 66. But overall, a very chilly Friday with a lot of cloud cover. I would layer up and maybe add a rain jacket as there is a 60% chance of showers. For tomorrow's highs along the eastern plains, low 80s in Lyman and Lamar. In Burlington and Sterling, we're in the high 50s. We are trending 60s and 70s along central Colorado, 66 in Fort Collins. Into Craig and Vail, 72 and 66, 78 in Grand Junction, 62 in Telluride. Today was warm but cloudy, and over the next 7 days, the clouds are going to continue, but the high temperatures are not. Tomorrow, we are going to start off with a cool down with thunderstorms likely. We're going to drop into the low 60s and into Saturday and Sunday with some chilly evenings there. We're going to warm up slightly as we start the week with some more thunderstorms likely on Thursday. Well, the clouds are here to stay. Let's take a look at why. Today we have a low pressure system happening in central California and up into the northern peninsula here. This is actually going to be moving clockwise and into the Colorado region as we go into tomorrow. This is going to be a warm front bringing a low pressure system which is going to drop in some rain because as the air cools and condenses into clouds and precipitation, it's going to cause those showers that we are expecting for tomorrow. And the clouds are going to stay, but there's a little chance of rain over the weekend too, which is perfect for a few tennis matches. The court can get so hot in the sunshine. CSU is hosting an invitational here in Fort Collins Saturday and Sunday. These are going to be at the University Tennis Complex, which is just south of campus. The action will begin with 2 rounds of doubles in the morning, followed by a lunch break and a round of single play. Come out to see Colorado State play Northern Colorado and Wyoming in these matches. Coming up next, Olivia Landis will tell us more about what is happening in the world of Ram sports. Stay tuned.
You're watching CSU TV. CSU TV is an educational access channel programmed through Colorado State University. Throughout the broadcast day, CSU TV provides programming from Colorado State University, Rocky Mountain Student Media, and the Department of Journalism and Technical Communication. To make a suggestion, comment, or to ask a question, contact us at 970-491-2920.
Having one of those days where you need to just get out of your head and chill out? If that's the case, head to the Lori Student Center and relax. One of the best spots to relax in the LSC is outside the food court on the plinth lawn. Don't forget to stop by the Ramhead Fountain. The Level 100 Commons is the perfect spot. Lounge by the flat screen TVs or enjoy one of the gaming chairs to escape the daily grind. You can always relax in the LSC.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. The Colorado State men's football team is up for a challenge this weekend as it faces off against Utah State. The Rams picked up their very much needed win in Texas last week after a 2-game losing streak. The Rams' goal this season was to win the Mountain West Division and to play for a Mountain West championship. As CSU opens conference play this weekend, they face a challenging game against Utah State, who won at least 10 games last season. Utah State was also picked to finish second in Mountain West standings. Let's take a look at what Coach Bobo had to say about this upcoming game.
It's going to be a tough challenge. Utah State, you turn on the film, they're very, very good defensively. They're sound. They're very multiple in what they do, and scheme-wise and coverage-wise. They like to give you a bunch of different looks. So we got to make sure we're sound in what we're trying to do in the run game and the pass game and protection. And we got to realize everything's not going to work.
Televised on ESPN3 on Saturday at 5 p.m. The Colorado State women's volleyball team has quite the road schedule ahead of them for the next couple of matches. After taking on the Boise State Broncos in a thrilling 5-set match last Saturday, the 20th ranked Rams look to take on Nevada tomorrow night in Reno and San Diego State on Saturday. The Nevada Wolfpack are the most productive serving team in the league, with Madison Morell, who ranks 15th in the nation, leading the team. CSU has won the last 5 matches against Nevada since 2012. To kick up the Rams' confidence, though, senior outside hitter Alex Reed was named the Mountain West Offensive Player of the Week on Monday. So far this season, Alex Reed and Adriana Colbert have been named as Offensive Players of the Week. If you've been keeping up with CTV Sports, you may have noticed how it seems like we all have it together in our stand-ups. But the truth is, even we make mistakes sometimes. Check it out.
Arrived. Good, because I can't tweet about myself. Rocky Mountain Showdown has come down to an.
I'm Brett Kennedy.
I'm gonna do that after the tag. The tag's like bam, bam.
Colorado State Whams.
Wham, the Whams wins. The Whams win. With it, I can't breathe.
I'm thirsty.
I'm telling you, this is not my day for stand-ups. It's block. Spit it out.
For all your
Now, and I didn't know how to end that.
Say, I don't even.
TSA.
I think it's University of Texas.
Yo, homie. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah! Okay. There are the sprinklers. Ugh. This is going to be it. I'm going to nail this one.
Consecutive week, you were good.
Okay.
To San Antonio.
Yes, that's what it is.
Their outside hitters were really getting it on against the Rams, and I don't know why I said that. It was a little bit. Absolutely, 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 absolutely. The Chinese team, I don't think that... That's a wrap. All I have for sports. Coming up after the break, though, is entertainment reporter Gabe Pocrass. Don't go away.
Today we will review one of the most convenient services the Laurie Student Center has to offer, shopping. The CSU bookstore boasts an unparalleled selection of CSU apparel and gifts. It also supplies students with textbooks as well as a number of office and school supplies for your every need. Another LSC shopping option lies in the Transit Center area. Snack food, beverages, personal care items, and school supplies. Cam's Lobby Shop is your go-to stop and shop.
Everyone wants to be the best.
But wanting it isn't enough. It takes focus.
It takes discipline.
It takes guts.
Right shoulder, now through, and Sam Martin.
And when it all comes together, we're ready.
Are you?
Hello, fellow Rams. I'm entertainment reporter Gabe Pocrass, and I'm here to get you caught up on all things in the entertainment world. So let's get started. Yesterday, 30th, the new movie starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt called The Walk premiered with an 86% Rotten Tomatoes rating and a box office debut of $240,000. The premise of the film is based on the true story of a Frenchman named Philippe Petit who traveled to the United States in 1974, snuck up to the top of the Twin Towers, and high-wired across them without any safety net. The movie released in IMAX 3D and is claiming to be so realistic, it is actually giving audiences vertigo. Now call me crazy, but that doesn't seem that hard. Exhibit A. All right, now moving on. Please, let's move on. Now moving on to an even higher rated movie. The Martian, starring Matt Damon, is set to release in theaters everywhere tomorrow, which is October 2nd. This movie got a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes and is based on the best-selling book by Andy Weir. The book was published in 2011 and won a Goodreads Choice Award for the best science fiction novel. The film, based on the book, is stacked with acting talent, including actors such as Jeff Daniels, Kristen Wiig, Sean Bean, Jessica Chastain, and Donald Glover. The movie releases tomorrow, and with such a strong movie rating, the box office numbers will likely follow. The film is about an astronaut who got stranded on Mars all by his lonesome and needs to survive. I'm actually reading the book right now, and it's pretty awesome. And yes, I can read. I'm reading a teleprompter right now, and pretty amazingly too, if you don't mind me saying. All right, so just be sure to check that movie out. All right, October starts today, and you know what that means. Yes, fall is beginning. It's going to get colder from here on. Pumpkin spice stuff is going to start showing up everywhere, and Halloween and Thanksgiving are just around the corner. With the start of October comes new Netflix releases as well, and there are some notable streamers coming out. The original 1938 Christmas Carol, the first American Pie movie, Batman Begins, and a number of horror movies are set to release right now. Also, for all you American Horror Story fans, Season 4 comes out on October 6th. I've personally never seen the show, but I feel like my life is pretty horrific in itself. Exhibit B.
Where are the freaks? I'm getting bored. Freaks.
It was in the fall when I realized the world I had known was forever doomed. I knew I was about to enter the gates of hell, but like the inescapable pull of gravity, there was nothing I could do about it.
Let's hope they start bringing in some paying customers.
Dear Diary, I have seen my future. It is pink and wrapped in silk.
All right, we're gonna end the show on that beautiful note. It was interesting. Make sure to watch CTV Sports on Monday and CTV News on Tuesdays through Thursdays at 7 p.m. Have a safe and great weekend, Rams. We'll catch you next time.